Welcome back, dear students. So today we will see some solved examples from the lesson parallelogram. So we know that parallelogram is a quadrilateral. Again, it's having its opposite sides equal, opposite angles are equal, and the quadrilateral, the parallelogram of its diagonals bisects each other. So here we have to prove that the diagonals of a parallelogram bisects each other. So first of all, we will draw one parallelogram here. Let us consider this ABCD is one parallelogram. Now we will join this B and D, these non-consecutive vertices, to make its diagonal. And we know that its opposite sides are parallel. So this AB side is parallel to DC. In the same way, AD is parallel to this BC. So we have made, let ABCD is a parallelogram. And we have joined BD. Now we'll see that here we have got the two triangles. Now we have got here two triangles ABD. So in a triangle ABD you can see, and a triangle CDB. This is CDB and this ABD. So we have angle ABD. This angle ABD is equal to angle CDB, this. And we know that why these are angle, because alternate angles are equal. So we can say the alternate angles are equal as the lines are parallel, because this AB is parallel to this DC. And we have this BD common side. So BD is equal to, you can say BD, we have a common side. And again we are having angle ADB, which is ADB, this one angle, is equal to angle CBD. This angle is equal to CBD, this one. Again we can say the lines are parallel, so alternate angles. So you can say these are the alternate angles. Now if you see here angle side, so by using angle side ASA, so by using ASA congruent criteria, we have these two triangles congruent. Triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CDB. So once the triangle become congruent, their corresponding parts are also congruent. So you can say AB is equal to CD. In the same way you have AB is equal to, you have AD is equal to BC. AB is equal to DC, or you can say AD is equal to BC, and angle A is equal to angle C. The remaining sides and angles are also, so you can say CP, CT. Now if you have this thing, in the same way we have opposite sides equal proved. Now we have angle B and D. Angle B is equal to angle D also, because if these are equal, then this angle B is also equal to D. That means opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. In the same way, opposite angles are also equal of a parallelogram. Again we have to prove that the opposite sides and angles of a parallelogram are equal. So what we'll do, we'll try to first make a one parallelogram. So here let us consider this ABCD is a parallelogram. So again we will join this. So friends, here we will see the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. So for that, let us consider ABCD is a one parallelogram, and we have its diagonal BD. We'll join this BD and we'll join this AC, and let them meet and intersect at a point O. So here let ABCD is a parallelogram and diagonals are AC and BD. They intersect at O. Now we have the triangle AOB, this triangle AOB, and a triangle COD, this one triangle. So now in this two triangle we have this angle OAB. The angle OAB is equal to the angle OCD. And why the reason? The reason is alternate angles. So this OAB is equal to OCD, this one. This is a transversal and these two lines are parallel. Now we have AB is equal to CD. This side is equal to this side because the opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. Opposite sides. Then next we have one more angle OBA. OBA, this one angle is equal to ODC. Again we have the reason alternate angles. So now by using the criteria ASA, you can say by ASA congruence, we can say that the triangle AOB is congruent to triangle COD. Therefore, what I can write, AO is equal to OC. And in the same way, OB is equal to OD. Reason, congruent parts of a congruent triangles. Therefore, you can say that the diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. This you can prove by using ASA congruency of the triangles. Now we will solve this question. Here ABCD and MNOP both are the parallelograms. We have to find the value of this angle C. So we'll see that in a parallelogram ABCD, this angle D and this angle C, they are the adjacent angles, and adjacent angles in a parallelogram are supplementary. So I can write angle CDA plus angle DCB. These two angles, they are supplementary, so you can write on 180. Reason is there, adjacent angles of a parallelogram, so adjacent angles are supplementary. Now what we can do, I will write on this CDA, and instead of writing this DCB, I can replace it with PCQ, this angle. So this is PCQ, which is equal to again 180 degree. And this CDA is given that it is 130 degree plus PCQ is equal to 180 degree. So PCQ is equal to 180 minus 130, which is equal to 50 degree. So if you notice in this triangle PCQ angle, this angle we got as a 50 degree. Now again in a parallelogram MNOP, we have MPO. Angle MPO is equal to angle MNO. These angles, opposite angles are equal. So instead of writing MPO, I am going to write down QPC, which is equal to QPC. Here you can write opposite angles. Now I am replacing this MPO with QPC, which is equal to angle MNO, and it is given that which is a 60 degree. So now I will see in this triangle PCQ, we have sum of these three angles is 180 degree. Angle PCQ plus angle QPC plus angle X is equal to 180 degree. You can say angle sum property. Angle sum property will say that the sum of these three angles is equal to 180 degree. So we have this is 50, this is 60 plus X is equal to 180. So you have X is equal to 180 minus this 60 and this 50. So you have just X is equal to 70 degree. So X value is 70 degree. Now the next question is, in a parallelogram READ, the bisectors, these are the bisector RQ and QE, meet at the point Q. So we have to find out the measure of this angle RQE. So we start with that in a parallelogram REED, we know that the adjacent angle R and E, angle R plus angle E is equal to 180 degree. Reason is that these are the adjacent angle, and adjacent angles are supplementary in a parallelogram. We'll give this equation number 1. Now we know that since this RQ and EQ are the bisectors, these are the angle bisectors of angle R and angle E respectively. So we know that this angle QRE, angle QRE is equal to half of the angle R. In the same way, we have angle QER is equal to half of angle E. This angle is half of this whole angle, and this angle is half of this angle E. So now if you focus on this triangle, the triangle QRE or RQE, we have sum of the all angles by using angle sum property. Angle QRE plus angle QER plus angle RQE is equal to 180 degree. And this QRE is half of angle R, and this QER is half of angle E, plus angle RQE, which measure we have to find out. This. Here we'll take this half common, and in the bracket we'll write angle R plus angle E. And from equation 1 we know that this angle is 180 degrees, so we'll write on 180 degree. Now here we'll cut it, we get a 90 degree. So angle RQE is equal to 180 minus 90. So therefore we get the measure of this angle is 90 degree. So hence this angle RQE is equal to 90 degree.